Hey everybody, welcome back to the series. This is part 4 of the How to Aquarium series, and we're gonna be talking about maintenance and what to do on your aquarium for cleaning out your aquarium. So in this part, I'm gonna be cleaning this aquarium right here, my plant farm tank. And the way we call these cleanings, they call them water changes because we're gonna be changing the water. So if you don't know what that term is, that's what it means. So let's go ahead and get started with the equipment that you're gonna need. Alrighty, so the equipment that we're gonna need an old toothbrush. We're gonna need a razor blade or a gift card. We're gonna need the API Freshwater Master Test Kit. And we're gonna need a siphon and a bucket optionally if you don't have any windows or anywhere to drain it nearby. I wanna give a little preface. This is a very, very generalized beginner's type to cleaning out the aquarium. If you have a planted tank or if you have any other type of aquarium that is more specialty and has more details, there's gonna be some more things you're gonna wanna add into your cleaning service, but that's another video for another time, as I wanna introduce the beginners on how to do a water change. So let's get started. So first off, we're gonna need to unplug all the filters and heaters. And so the only piece of equipment that we want on is gonna be our light. And now we need to scrape the glass. So using our razor blade or gift cards, we can scrape off all this algae with our blades. I've been using razor blades on my aquarium for years now, and I've not encountered any type of scratches or anything in that manner. So I love to use razor blades because it gets underneath the hard, tough algae, whereas other scrubbers just don't cut it. And even if you don't see any algae on the glass, it's good to just give it a good scrape anyway, because there's a lot of biofilm and other little things growing on that glass, making it harder to see. So after we scrape the glass, we can also use our toothbrush to scrape all of the algae off of our decorations and hardscape. And it's super duper helpful to get in between those cracks and crevices where a razor blade might not be able to reach. So now that we've scraped away all of the algae on our glass, I wanna go over to the next step, which is gonna be siphoning the aquarium. And to do that, I like to use this tool, the Python. Now, the Python is an aquarium tool. It's just like a giant siphon. You attach it to the end of a faucet or a hose, and the one end will drain out the aquarium water that's being pushed in to create a siphon. Or if you want to fill it, you could twist and turn it to fill your tank a lot faster than if you did with like a pitcher or a jar. I'll leave a link in the description down below, but let's go ahead and set this up and get it started. So as I mentioned before, these guys just screw on to the hose. And so now if we want to drain it, it's gonna be out, twist out and out, and the water's gonna push out, and then the water from the siphon's gonna go out through here too. And if we want to fill it, we twist in, up, and now the water's gonna go into the siphon. Very simple, easy to use. Since we're gonna drain, let's go ahead and twist it and turn out. All right, so now I have our siphon and I ran it through the window. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and place it into our aquarium. And there we go, the siphon is started. So this is what it looks like when the water is coming out. All the water from the aquarium is gonna be pushing out this way, and the water from the hose is gonna be pushing this way too. So once our water is going, we can go ahead and either kick up around the substrate and get all this debris that is floating around that falls into our siphon, taking away the excess little pieces of dirt and grime and fish waste. Now, if you can't watch the aquarium or you need to go somewhere, you can always grab one of these grapplers right here, add your hose, attach your grappler, and you can let your aquarium siphon while you're gone. Now, if you're doing this, I recommend taking a fish net and placing it over the end of your siphon just to ensure that no fishies accidentally swim up the siphon. Alrighty, so I've drained this tank about 25%, which is about how much I like to do 2 times a week on my planted tank farm. So what I'm gonna be doing now is I'm gonna fill it up with some water from the hose. Now let's go ahead and add our dechlorinator. And since this is a planted tank, I'm gonna go ahead and add some liquid fertilizers. So we've now learned how to do a water change. But the next question is when do we do water changes? So the amount of water changes you wanna do per week is gonna vary depending on your tank. The more fish load you have, the more you're probably gonna wanna do. The lighter the fish load and the heavier the plant load, you can do a little bit less. It's going to vary drastically, but if you're a beginner, I recommend doing at least 225 water changes or 150% of a water change every week, and your fish tank should be healthy. Now, if you're experiencing a little bit of weird issues and your ammonia levels are higher and your nitrites are higher and your nitrates are higher and your tank just seems a little funky, that's a great time to hit it with a water change just to get everything rolling again. It's kind of like a mini reset. And of course, if you're noticing a lot of algae or a lot of fish deaths, water changes are probably gonna be really good. There's rarely ever an instance where water changes are bad. So be sure to establish a good quality weekly routine for your water changes and your fish tank should thrive. If you've got any questions or comments, leave them down below. I'll be happy to answer them and I can't wait to make more videos to help you out. I'll see you in the next one.